So if you're new here, please consider subscribing.
Please subscribe.
I talk about studying in the US, I talk about lifestyle and everything that I feel like is enjoying or worth you, my listeners, hearing about the information. So for today's video, I'm kind of excited because I got approved for the H-1B visa. So if you don't know what a H-1B visa is, this is a work visa that's a dual intent, which shows you can work legally in America also while working out to get a green card. So I'll kind of give a little bit of my background. I'm a IT support specialist. I graduated last year, December 2021, and starting this year, I started working for a company here in Atlanta, and yeah, just do networking. I do a little bit of security and IT infrastructure. So I was on my OPT. So if you don't know what OPT is it stands for Optical Practical Training. So it's whereby the US actually allows international students to be able to work so that they can practice what they went to school for. So if you went for, generally it's 1 year, so you get 1 year of OPT, but that's for the general courses. So if you did like a business course, or you did like English or art, or yeah, but now if you did a STEM program, you get 3 years worth of OPT. So you get the first year and then you can extend it for the rest of the 2 years. So I was on my OPT starting on January this year, and then somewhere around February, one of the HR representatives from my job contacted me, and then they asked me, "Hey Brian, I wanted to make sure you had a safe or welcoming onboarding to your work. Is there anything I can help you with?" And then I emailed her back. I responded. I said, "Yeah, everything is going well, but I would like to know when the company can start filing for my H-1B visa." And then, so she said, "Oh, I'm gonna forward this email to somebody who deals with the immigration." So they did that right away, and then like 2 days later, somebody else emailed me, and then they asked me what visa I'm currently on, and just asked me like a questionnaire to ask me questions. And then I guess they went and contacted the immigration lawyer. So then like a week after, immigration lawyers also sent me a questionnaire. They asked me about the visa ahead. I told, like I've been to America on a J1 visa and an F1 visa. I had to send all those documents. I had to send my passport. I had to send my documents for the OPT. I had also done CPT. So CPT is whereby you're allowed to do internships. So I had done some internships. I sent them all the documents. I sent them my form I-120, I-20. I sent them my passport and my transcript. So yeah, so all those documents they asked for, I sent to them, and if you have any question about the documents required, you can always feel free to drop a comment, and I'll let you know about all the documents required. So yeah, the immigration lawyer contacted me. I filled out the questionnaire, and then like maybe 2 weeks after that, they started with the first step of now filing. So they just don't file for the H-1B first. So they register you. So you do your registration, and then from the registration, now that's when you know whether you're selected for the lottery. So right now, the USCIS, they give about 65,000 slots for the undergraduate students who did their college studies here in America. So that 65,000 for the undergraduate and 20,000 for the master's students. So if you have an undergraduate and you have a master's, it's kind of like you can kill two birds with one stone, because now you're going to be selected for the undergraduate cut, the 65,000 cap, and the 20,000 cap. So you're going to be in both. So if you have a master's, you had a better chance of being selected in the lottery. So they did that. After giving them all the information that they asked for, they put me in the registration, and then about, I think it was March 31st this year, that's when the results were out, and they sent me a message, and then they said you've been selected in a lottery for the H-1B. So then now they asked me for more information. So I gave them the documents they required, and also some of the documents they were working with my company, because they also want some documents from the employer, which I'm not sure, because the company representative was the one who was giving the documents that they need from the company, and then I was giving the documents that they need from me. So we did that part, and then we filed. The next thing we did was they filed for something called the LCA, which stands for the Labor Condition Application. So what the LCA does is to make sure the company is not underpaying you, and also you're not being overpaid, because if you're being overpaid, then you're hurting the American labor industry. So they want to make sure, because some companies go outsource, especially IT people, from countries like India, and then they underpay them. So maybe they pay them half what they could be paying an American. So that's like cheap labor for them. So they want to make sure that's not what the company is doing. And they also, I think they want to know how many people the company is filing for, or how many people they have filed for in the past. Like I was going through, just doing my research, and I saw like last year, Amazon was the one that filed a lot of had a lot of approvals for the H-1B. It was about, I think, 5,400 and something. So they just want to make sure that that is done. So, and then we sent the LCA application, and then it took them about, I think, a week or so. They got back to me, and then they said it was approved. So remember the first thing, registration. I got selected for the H-1B. We did the LCA, the labor condition application. I got approved. So we go to the third step now. We filed for the petition for the H-1B visa, which is a form I-129. And so after you filed, they did the premium processing for me. So the premium processing, you pay more. I think you pay extra like $2,500. And in that case, you get your results in about less than 15 days. If you do the normal process, it takes about 6 to 10 weeks. But I think, again, it depends with the company. So that's what the company chose. They chose to do the premium processing. So that's what they contacted the lawyer. So remember, the lawyer is doing most of the stuff. All I need to do is I'm providing the documents that the immigration lawyer wants. If they ask me for my transcript, I go ahead and do that. My passport, any additional information, I just send. So yeah, they filed everything, and then about sometimes last week, that's when they emailed me, and then they said I've been approved for the H-1B visa. So it's a simple process if you do it with the immigration lawyers. So some companies, especially the small companies, may prefer to do it themselves, because when you use a lawyer, they charge a lot of fees. But I would highly recommend that you use a lawyer, because it's a lot of documents that you need to fill. But remember, the lawyers already know what they're doing. They've been doing this thing for many decades. So there's no way they're going to do anything wrong. Because remember, the things with the USCIS, the United States Immigration, Citizenship and Immigration Services, if you do anything wrong, or if you fill out the application wrong, that is going to disqualify you, But if you fill everything right, it gives you a high chance of being approved. So yeah, what is have I left? So the side note, something you need to know is, after you do the petition, the USCIS can either approve your petition, they can reject it, or they can ask for additional information. So for this case, they just approve me. So other times they may ask for additional information. Sometimes you may be selected for the H-1B, but you still get rejected, but I guess it happens rarely. So yeah, I think that's it. Another thing to know is, for international student, if the first thing, you need a job offer. So you cannot go file for the H-1B visa without a job offer. You need a job offer. So that's the first thing. Look for a job, and then ask your job whether they can file it for you. And yeah, I think that's it. And yeah, when you're applying for jobs, if you have OPT, if you want to increase your chances, just where it says whether you're gonna require future sponsorship in the future. You don't have to mark that, because at the moment you're using OPT, so you don't really need sponsorship, you know. So just first thing, get your job, land your job, you know, start the job, and then soon as you start, you know, have those contract with your employer. So just ask them, you know, if that whether I can file. In this case, mine worked really well because I graduated in December, started my job in January, and then the process of filing starts around March. So I had already worked about maybe 3 months before I applied, and I was an intern with the company for about a year, so they already knew about me and they could see the work I've been doing for them. So yeah, I think that's the end of my video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I'll be very pleased to give you all the answers that I can, and if I can't, I can consult my friends who also know this information, because I have a lot of friends who are also international students and they know a lot of information, and we are here to help you. You know, I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I tell you is here to help you, but I'm not a lawyer. So if you need more information, you can always contact a lawyer. But I hope this information that I gave was helpful. Bye. Please consider subscribing and share this video. Tell a friend or tell a friend, and I wish you all the best.